So in this chapter, we're going to look at making decisions using text classification. This chapter is broken into 3 videos. So we're going to do an introduction to text classification in this video. In the next video, we're going to do text classification with TextBlob, get hands-on. And in the final video of this chapter, we're going to do out-of-core classification with scikit-learn. Scikit-learn is also a library for Python like TextBlob. And out-of-core classification is classification when your data set does not fit in memory. So text classification is about making decisions from text. One example might be you have a bunch of text and you want to know what it's about. You want to map it to some fixed set of categories. Or it may be a binary decision like, is the writer happy about this topic? Or is the writer a native speaker of English? So much of text classification is supervised learning. Supervised learning is when you have labels associated with the text. You have a bunch of text and you know the category you want to assign it to. And what you want to do is train a model on this text you know using the labels, which is the supervision. And then for some set of text you don't have a label for, you can then later, after you train your model, you can map it to some label. So you might have a set of blog posts where each one has been labeled as being about a particular topic and you want to predict the topic for a new blog post. Or maybe you have a set of tweets that are interesting in some particular way that you've already pre-decided. So when you do supervised learning, you have a train set, a dev set, and a test set often. So you have a training set to train your model and a separate test set to see how well your model does on unseen data. So the dev set allows you to take this one step further. So the test set is so you can see how well your model does on unseen data. The dev set allows you to search the space of models. You train your model on a train set, see how well it does on a dev set, and then you can change your model by changing one of the hyperparameters. So you could change the size of the model or the number of vocabulary terms used. And then you could test it on a dev set again, and you could keep doing this until you do best on a dev set, and then you could test your final system on a test set, and that gives you a sense of how well it's going to do out in the wild. The documents to be classified are first converted into a set of features, and this is often done using a bag of words, as we saw previously, where a bag of words is a long vector, and each index in the vector corresponds to a word, and it may correspond to whether the word exists at all, or it may correspond to the count of number of words in the document. And one modification of this we saw is TF-IDF. So in this video, we saw the basic outlines of text classification, and in the next 2 videos, we're going to get hands-on.